Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Imad and I'm a student at Rehan School's Foundation Level Batch 10. Today we will talk with Mr. Miles regarding the history and how the phrase sorry not sorry evolved into today's language and our day-to-day talks. So let's start.
Hey, what's up?
Hi Miles. So I wanted to talk to you regarding the history and the history of the phrase sorry not sorry. So let me just ask you a few questions regarding it.
I'm all ears. A little shift from our last deep dive on sorry, but I'm into it. Fire away.
Okay, so firstly, my question to you is, where do we usually hear this phrase in our day-to-day talks?
It's basically the ultimate I know I'm being a lot, but I'm owning it phrase. You'll see it all over social media. Captions for a photo where someone looks great but is acting a bit bratty, or maybe in a group chat when someone drops a truth bomb that they know is going to annoy people. It's usually used when someone is doing something slightly selfish or controversial, but they've decided they're totally cool with it. Do you find yourself using it to stir the pot, or do you just see it everywhere else?
Okay, interesting.
Thinking about it, you sound like you're weighing whether you're a pot stirrer or not. Which one is it? You're keeping me in suspense. Do you actually use it, or are you just analyzing the chaos from the sidelines?
No, I was just getting some information regarding where it really, it's really used. Okay, but okay, just keep that aside. And now I want to ask you, where did this phrase actually come from?
Let me dig into that. It definitely feels like a product of the internet era, but I want to see if it started with a specific trend, and it turns out it's been around longer than we think. It was popping up as early as 2001, but it really hit its stride on Twitter around 2010. It started out as this kind of snide, sarcastic thing, but then you had artists like Demi Lovato lean into it for self affirmation. So it went from being a bit of a dig to a full on power move. Does that fit with how you've seen people use it?
Yeah, to be honest, yeah. I mean, yeah, it's meant to be sarcastic, no?
Oh, absolutely. At its core, it's a total eye roll of a phrase. It's basically saying the words, I'm sorry, while simultaneously taking them back in real time. It's the linguistic version of a shrug. You think it's more of a playful kind of sarcasm or the kind that actually leaves people feeling a bit salty?
Okay, let's move on now. Did this phrase just appear overnight on Twitter, or is there an older history to this kind of sarcastic and fake apology?
It definitely didn't just spawn out of nowhere. While the specific wording, sorry, not sorry, is a modern internet thing, the vibe is ancient. People have been giving fake apologies for as long as we've had social hierarchies. It's basically the same energy as a royal, I regret that you feel this way, or those corporate non apologies we talked about before. It's just that the internet gave us a punchy 2-second way to say it. I bet there are 1,000 old school versions of this in other languages too.
Can you give some
You've got,
examples? Can you give some examples of other of the equivalent of sorry not sorry in other languages in history?
let me see what I can find. I'm curious if there's a specific culture that's just better at the fake apology, but in French, you've got sans regrets, which is basically the same vibe as no regrets. Historically, this stuff is all over politics too. You've probably heard the classic mistakes were made line. It's the gold standard for acknowledging a mess without actually admitting you're the one who made it. It's just sorry, not sorry, wearing a suit and tie. Do you think that kind of linguistic dodging is more effective when it's formal, or do you prefer the bluntness of the internet version?
To be honest, the internet version is way better, and it's like it meets the sarcasm style that you expect. Okay, but just keep that aside, and let's move on to the next question. And so, yeah, my next question is: how did the rise of platforms like Twitter and Instagram in 2010s transform this spoken phrase into a global digital phenomenon?
It's all about the economy of the screen. Back in the day, a fake apology took a whole sentence or a weird tone of voice to land, but Twitter gave us the character limit. and Instagram gave us the caption. Sorry, not sorry is the perfect digital tool because it's short, punchy, and it acts like a hashtag for an attitude. It basically turned a personality trait into a brand. Plus, once it became a meme, it stopped being about the words and started being a signal, like a secret handshake for people who were leaning into their villain era. You think the speed of the internet actually made us more honest about being sarcastic, or did it just make the fake apologies more common?
To be honest, I don't even know. Okay, let's just move on to the next question. So, psychologically, why do we feel the need to say sorry at all if we aren't even sorry or we aren't even apologetic? Why not just say nothing?
It's a weird human glitch, right? Psychologically, saying the words, I'm sorry, even when you don't mean it, is often more about managing the other person than it is about your own guilt. It's like a social white flag. If you just say nothing, you're leaning into the conflict, which creates this high tension silence that most people find unbearable. By throwing out a fake apology, you're basically trying to lower the temperature of the room just enough so you can get what you want or move on without a scene. It's less about being a good person and more about efficiency. Do you think you'd be more stressed out if you just stopped apologizing for things you didn't actually care about?
Okay, yeah, I don't even know. I don't want to answer that. So let's just move on to the next question. Does this phrase mean the same thing to everyone, or does gender play an important role in who uses it and why?
That's a sharp that's a sharp angle to take. Um, Early on, you it was definitely seen as a girl bosses or bratty thing, that specific kind of feminine defiance where you're reclaiming space. And but as it became a meme, it kind of leveled out. Now anyone who wants to project that I'm the main character energy uses it, regardless of gender. Still, the vibe changes when a woman uses it. It can feel like a pushback against being polite, whereas with guys, it often feels more like just being a provocateur. Do you think it hits different depending on who's saying it, or is the sarcasm just universal at this point?
To be honest, I think it's as universal. Like everyone can use it, and like just feel. I don't know. Everyone can use it, and we'll feel the same. Like we'll feel a little salty. So yeah. Okay. My next question is, while it can be empowering, this phrase can be empowering. Has the phrase also been weaponized? Can it be used to dodge real accountability when someone actually hurts others?
100%. That's the dark side of the coin. There's a huge difference between sorry, not sorry, because you're wearing a loud outfit and using it after you've actually messed with someone's life. When it's used for real harm, it's not empowering. It's just a way to gaslight the other person. It basically says, I know I hurt you and I'm actually proud of it. It turns a joke into a shield to avoid doing the actual work of making things right. Do you think we've reached a point where the internet has made people too comfortable with that kind of coldness?
To be honest, yeah, I kind of feel like the people on social medias, they don't really care about what others say. So even if someone said sorry, not sorry, they wouldn't care less, and will just move on. Uh, that's what I've noticed lately.
It's like a collective numbness. We've just gotten so used to the performance of it all that the words don't even land anymore. It's just another notification to swipe away. It makes you wonder if we're actually becoming more resilient or if we're just stopping caring about the human on the other side of the screen.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so to bring an end to this almost 10-minute session, I would like to ask you my last question. And my last question is, what does the evolution of sorry, not sorry tell us about how modern human relationships have changed?
It's a pretty telling shift, honestly. Um, it shows we've moved from a culture of social obligation to a culture of individual branding. We used to apologize to maintain the group's harmony, but sorry, not sorry is all about prioritizing your own vibe over everyone else's comfort. It's this pivot toward total transparency, even if that transparency is kind of cold. We're basically trading deep, messy reconciliation for clean, punchy aesthetic. It's efficient, sure, but it definitely leaves things feeling a bit thinner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, totally. Okay, so Miles, it was nice having a talk with you regarding this phrase, and it's just sad to see that the world today has changed a lot, and it has, like people have changed a lot during the years, and now people have started taking care of more of themselves rather than others. So, yeah, I mean, it was a great talk, and yeah, I guess I'll see you later.
It's definitely a bit of a trip to see how far we've drifted from those old school
Mm,
values.
yeah,
But hey, it was dope diving into this with you. Catch you
yeah,
later.
same.
Peace.
Goodbye.
Bye for now.
Okay, everyone, that was it for today. I hope you guys learned something new from this talk, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye, and Allah Hafiz.